Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, 29th chapter, text 2 onwards. So, Tado Udurajaha Kukubha Karair Mukham Prachya Bilimpan Arunena Santamehi Sa Chashaninyam Udaga Chuso Mrudam Priya Priyaya Iva Dirghadarsana. The moon then rose, anointing the face of the eastern horizon with the reddish hue of his comforting rays, and thus dispelling the pain of all who had watched him rise. The moon was like a beloved husband who returns after a long absence and adorns the face of his beloved wife with red kumkuma. So, Sri Vishnu Thakur in Sartha Sindhika says, when Krishna became inclined to enjoy under the spell of the time and place, at that moment the moon, finding an opportunity to render service, rose of its own will in the eastern direction with its pleasing rays of light. The rising of the moon, the king of stars, Udaraja, was another cause for the inflaming of passionate desires. In addition to being a stimulator, Uddipana, of conjugal feelings, the moon also served Krishna and the gopis by illuminating their pleasure pastimes with its brilliant light. When a lover meets his beloved after a long separation, he colors her face with kumkuma, that is called arunena, reddish color, with his own hand. Similarly, the rising moon colored the face of the western direction with the reddish hue of its pleasing rays. Kari. The word saw expresses that he has already been mentioned. And the moon removed the discomfort caused by the heat of the sun from all men. Chastraninam. The word Chastraninam, which is in the genitive case, means of humankind, according to the Bhagavatam 6.642. Aryamno Matrika Patni Tayos Chastranaya Sutah Jatra Vai Manusi Jate Brahmana Chopakalpita. That means from the womb of Matrika, the wife of Arjuna, were born many learned scholars, Charshanaya. Lord Brahma arranged for these Charshanai to be the forefathers of the human race. From the and the idea of this verse is as follows: the moon god, the very founder of his the dynasty in which Krishna appeared, Chandravansa, and the most ancient leader of the Brahmana community, possesses many wives of his own who were all quite fit to be enjoyed. Yet he is touching the face of the western direction, who is another's wife, namely Indra. By touching her, the moon god is also making her attracted to him. This verse hints that if this is the case with the moon god, the leader of Krishna's dynasty, when certainly there is no fault in Krishna, a descendant of his dynasty, enjoying with the gopis. After all, Krishna is a fresh youth, intoxicated with the beauty of his human form, and he is an unmarried member of the cowherd community. Besides, Krishna is so uniquely enchanting that he excites all the women in the universe. So, Srila Jiva Goswami Kramasundara says, the red color was from the rays of the rising moon. And Srila Jiva Goswami in Laghu Vaishnava Dasan says, Sukadeva describes the weight carried by Krishna, who is compared the moon eager to enjoy with the eastern direction, and indicates the most auspicious nature of the night as the chief among all nights. The moon is described as the master of stars. This suggests that the stars are as the family members of the moon. The east was especially colored by the rays colored red. This indicates it was full moon. Krishna developed more desire on this day than other days by his will. That is indicated by the word tada. The full moon is also the best uddipana, like the nights filled with jasmine blossoms, and is later indicated with the words, the forest was colored by the rays of the full moon. Not only was the east relieved of suffering by the rays of the moon, but all people were also relieved of suffering caused by the autumn sun or by mental suffering, since by the joys of sorrow of the gopis, who are the very forms of the highest Shakti and the center of all Shaktis, all people experienced either joy or sorrow. It was just like the birth of Krishna giving joy to all. The moon and the east were like a man and his beloved who mutually enjoy because of absolute propriety and attraction. Just as the man who has not seen his followers for a long time wipes away the tears of sorrow of his followers and anoints them with his joyful hand, and the moon colored with the east, not being seen for a long time, indicates the great longing within him. All of this indicates the arousal of Krishna's desire to enjoy. So, in verse 3 it is said that Dushtva Kumudvanatam Dushtva Kumudvantam Akhanda Mandalam Rama Nanabam Nava Kunkumarunam Banam Cha Tat Kumala Govhi Ranjitam Jago Kalam Bamandrisham Manoharam. That means Lord Krishna saw the unbroken disk of the full moon glowing with the red effulgence of newly applied vermilion, as if it were the face of the goddess of fortune. He also saw the Kumuda lotuses opening in response to the moon's presence, and the forest gently illumined by its rays. And thus the Lord began to play sweetly on his flute, attracting the minds of the beautiful eyed gopis. So, in the purport, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that Krishna succumbed to romantic desires upon seeing the rising moon, keeping in mind the saying, whatever great men do, others will follow, jat jata acharat sreshthas tata devitarjana. And seeing the behavior of the founder of his own dynasty, Krishna felt free to make a definite effort to attract others' wives and there to enjoy without fear. So this verse indicates the two elements of vibhava, alambana and uddipana. The moon is the uddipana and Krishna, the form, Krishna form is the alambana. Uddipana, kumut is the same as kumuda, as stated in the Vishwakosha dictionary. Another interpretation can also be given for this. The presence of the moon gave pleasure to the earth. This also applies to Krishna, since actually in this context the specific antecedent modified and the modifier is all left unstated. The full moon manifested a form resembling an unbroken disk, Akhanda Mandalam. The moon is the brother of Rama, Lakshmi, because both were born from the churning of the milk ocean. Therefore, his face resembles hers. Or the word Rama refers to Radha, the original Lakshmi. As we find in the Brihad Gautamiya Tantra, Sarva Lakshmi, Mai Sarva, Kanti, Samohini Para. Radha, the source of all Lakshmis, possesses all the sorry, all the attractiveness to attract the all attractive personality of Godhead. The gopis also are Rama because they enjoy and give pleasure to Krishna. Sri Krishna became absorbed in remembering the gopis' faces upon seeing that moon. According to one interpretation, the faces of those Ramas exhibited wonderfully effulgent complexions that revealed their inner transformations of love. Consequently, Krishna saw himself as red as a ball of a kunkuma powder in the reflection of that shining moonlight, or like that. So, otherwise, the compound yes. Alambana, seeing these two opulent manifestations of the inflaming power of Cupid, Sri Krishna played sweetly on his flute. From this, it should be concluded that Krishna used the flute to utter the Kama Bija, Klim, the seed mantra of transcendental love. Those who have taken Gayatri, they can understand this. The word Kalam indicates K and L coming from the two consonants Kakara and Lakara. By removing the grammatical inflection from Vamadrasam, we get Vamadrik, which is the name for the fourth vowel I. With the vowel, Krishna's flute vibrated the 15th sound of the alphabet M. The word Mana indicates the moon, the lord of the mind, which represents the Chandra Bindu M. The word Hara, Manoharam, means to attract or to combine. Thus, the Kamabija mantra claim is indicated here. In other words, Krishna's flute vibrated the Kamabija, the original mantra of Cupid, which has the mysterious powers to attract and enchant the minds of all the young damsels of Raja. So that has so much purpose. But I would like to stop here with a request to subscribe, share and like our channel and get the blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.